Good morning. I'm at my lockup today. I've come out to drop a few things off and pick up the Sonder. I'm going to pump up the tyres, check it over, make sure everything's okay with it. I haven't used it for a long time, and that is the bike I'll be taking on my upcoming New Zealand trip. I'm calling it the New Zealand trip until I figure out how to pronounce it. So anyway, I thought you could all come along with me. Apart from Terry. I'm sorry, Terry, but you have to stay behind today. Also, I accidentally bought a bright red kayak. Picked her up yesterday. That's my latest thing. Anything really to get exercise, I think, over the winter. And kayaking, I think, is a good way of doing it. I hope so, anyway. But now I've got to try and get that off by myself. So I'm going to let you watch that. Easier than I thought. I'm just going to pump the tyres up. These are pretty much shot, these ones. I've got a video as well I'll be doing at some point talking about upgrades and setup and gear and whatever. But yeah, I bought these Victoria Mezcal XC Trail. They're 27.5, 2.6 inches wide. These are the tougher ones. I can't remember, TNT I think they're called. But this should be perfect for the New Zealand trip. Right, we're good to go. I love this bike, honestly, I love it. My Sonder is the coolest bike in the world as far as I'm concerned. Right, I think that's it. I'm going to lock up and head off somewhere, grab a coffee. Probably just go to Felix though, because it's easy and I like it over there. Christmas has come early at Lottie's tea shop, by the looks of things. Right, back to the van and we'll find somewhere to park up. Go out for a little bit of a ride, just far enough to make sure there's nothing seriously wrong with that bike. So it all seems to be working fine. No issues, which I expected really. I thought maybe I should be bleeding the brakes or something, but it feels fine, so I don't think I need to be making work. So, Tour Aotearoa. I hope that's right. In Maori it means land of the long white cloud, I believe. I've booked my flights. I fly out on 10th of January with a view to starting the trip probably on the 14th, 15th, something like that. I've already been in touch with two fantastic people who are going to help me out for the start of the trip. So I'm very grateful to those. I'm looking forward to meeting them. I have done no research whatsoever, and that sounds ridiculous. You may say it's ridiculous, but my logic was, it's New Zealand. I have never heard anybody come back from New Zealand and say, oh, it was all right. Everybody loves it. Everybody raves about it. It's a place I've always wanted to go to. So I didn't feel like I did need to research. Obviously I do now, logistics and things like that. I'm going to try and do the same thing as I did on the Trans Am and try to take my time, be a bit more free and not worry too much about where I'm going to stay each night. I think there is the potential for camping most of the way. In fact, I've been told that is the case. As for wild camping, it might be a little more tricky, but I missed the camping aspect on the Trans Am. At times, I like camping. I do enjoy that. But this time, I would like to take more time. I've booked a flight back on the 16th of March, so I've got tons of time. This is a 1,900 mile ride from the top of the North Island to the bottom of the South Island. 1,900 miles and 2 months to do it. So I've given myself tons of time. I'd hope this time I'll stop more, maybe go for hikes and things like that, because I love hiking. I'm going to look up a bit more now, just see if there's any more that I can tell you. So we're learning this together. So yes, a 3,000 kilometre, stretching the length of the country. It goes between Cape Brenga to Bluff, and it takes in many of New Zealand's top trails. It was originally conceived by Jonathan Kennett for a brevet, and I know that, but I'm going to be out there before that brevet starts. It says here, travel through diverse landscapes from the Cowrie coast and northern harbours to the wild west coast and southern lakes. It just all sounds awesome, doesn't it? I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this one. I've been watching, I'll put a link in the description below, a guy that rode it, I think it was last year, and I'm only, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 days into his ride, and already it looks completely epic. So, the bike, I'm going to need to do a few little bits to this, but not a lot really. It's now 20th of November, and strangely, in my mind, it feels like it's a long way off, but it's not. I mean, it's less than 2 months. And I'll be tracking. I'll have my tracker on for the whole route, so people can see where I am. And I will ask now if anybody has advice or suggestions around this route, then please get in touch, leave a comment down below, or send me an email. My email is in the description there. I think that's about it, really. It's strange. I feel like I should know more about this, but part of me just wants to find out when I'm out there. It feels more adventurous that way. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. Anyway, I'm going to try and get out of this cold. It's absolutely freezing. It's still nice though. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. I think I'm going to go and get fish and chips or sausage and batter and chips. One of those two. And then sit in the van for a bit and chill out. So there we have it, back in the van. I'm going to probably go for a walk now, actually, get some chips, hang around, probably binge watch loads of kayak videos. I think that's about it. I've got a review to film tomorrow, so I'm going to review the Sonder, I think. If you haven't seen it, have a look in the description below and you'll see a link to the review channel. Just short, quick, to the point reviews, which is what I was after myself when I'm looking for things. I don't like long-winded things. These are going to be reviewed soon. Before you go, the Shocks bone conducting headphones, especially if you're a cyclist. So you can hear everything, but if you like listening to music, I don't. I like audiobooks. So I love these. They're fantastic. You don't feel so isolated. Additionally, you look super cool when you're wearing them, which is why I bought red ones. No, I bought red ones because I'll lose black ones. Red ones stand out. Anyway, really now just making this video less or more disjointed than it already was. Apologies for being a weird one, but what can you do? I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all those things. Oh, and thank you to all the Ko-fi supporters. That coffee you saw me drink earlier was paid for by one of you. See ya.